Mondays with the Mako, back at you. Got a real special character here, you guys, and he is just that, a character. Jer Shapiro from FuseDesk, one of the true marketers, the visionary leaders in this space. His product is simply amazing. He's somebody that I trust and can lean on for almost anything, from guidance and mentorship to, hey, you know, check yourself. That's where we're at together. He's my bro. He's my bro. But Jer, I want to ask you just some specific things about this event, what you took from it, but also what you're seeing in technology trends, in reoccurring revenue trends. Talk a little bit about that, and you know, give an intro about what you do with FuseDesk.
Yeah, so at FuseDesk, we are the integrated help desk add-on and messaging platform for Infusionsoft. So all those broadcast messages, broadcast text messages, and all the automation you have in place to reach out to customers and prospects, well, guess what? When they engage and they reply and they raise their hand, they want to engage with a real person and help work with you towards becoming a customer or get the service and support they need. That's where FuseDesk really steps in and shines. We provide that centralized, unified platform for those email replies, those text message replies, and all the inbound stuff to come back into your team so they can really service and care for your customers or close those deals with prospects and turn them into customers.
Amazing. About service, you guys, about engagement, about making sure you're not missing anything along the way.
Exactly.
Jer, you had a great presentation here. Talk a little bit about the event and what you've gathered and what you're taking away from this. Been great.
SuccessCon's been phenomenal. Now in its second year, but carrying the torch of a decade-long series of annual Infusionsoft user conferences. It's phenomenal to see not just some of the legends that are still part of the community here and building and growing their businesses in the community, but also the newer folks really getting engaged and becoming part of the community as new users, as new partners, as new developers. It's really great to be around that energy and see the innovation of what's coming and what's going on. In terms of themes, I really loved how one of the themes Tyler Garnes talked about here at the event was that the automation is great, but you still have to have a human behind the scenes there to work with your customers at the point they raise their hand. So many of us put wonderful campaigns in place, create those big massive spider webs, the interconnectivity between tags and automation and third-party posts and all these great things. That's wonderful. The whole point of those is to get a prospect or a customer to engage and reach out. And so that's where you want to have a real person behind the scenes there.
And Jer might debate this with me, but engagement, email engagement, I don't really think counts. This type of engagement, human-to-human interaction, picking up the phone, having a WebEx or a Zoom meeting, right? Having them in your office, having them out for lunch, right? That type of engagement physically, guys.
Right. You can't automate taking someone out to lunch. You can automate some of the scheduling, sure, but when it comes down to the real person-to-person connections, it's a different story. So check this out, right? One thing people often miss is they'll take the idea of multimedia marketing to heart, right? You'll send out an email, but then follow up with a text message. That's great, but then when it comes to support, most folks don't do that. We've seen really great results from a pre-sales prospect standpoint, as well as from a customer service and support standpoint, that when you've reached out to a customer to help them out with a question they've got, if you don't hear back and you want to support them, you reach out with that phone call, send that text message follow-up, and boom, now you get the engagement, and you meet your customers and prospects where they are on that platform they're on. But it's all still tied together as part of one singular case inside of FuseDesk, as opposed to a mess of different contact mediums all over the place. You got it all centralized in one clear threaded place.
Simple, guys.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put some stuff in the content as always about how you can engage with Jer, how you can find more about FuseDesk and what's happening there. Can you give a little insight to what is happening at FuseDesk and what the plan is for this year with you guys?
Yeah, so our roadmap is pretty hot for this year. I'm really excited. We rolled out live chat last year. We've added on SMS capabilities. We've just linked up the fixture funnel, and the breadth of platforms is growing. So you think about, how do you connect with your customers right now? How do they reach out to you? That's where you think of FuseDesk. That's really what we're working on as we start to go far more cross-platform in terms of how your customers connect. One big thing we talk about is when you want to meet your customer where they are, you got to take that to heart and actually do that, right? Have you ever had the situation where you get an email from a company and it comes from like a no reply address?
Yeah.
And you're like, you just emailed me, I want to email you back, and you can't, right? Like that is a terrible practice, right? Your best practice is when you send an invoice or an email out to your customers, make sure when they reply, it actually gets to your team, right? When you send a broadcast text message out, when they reply, make sure it gets to your team. When someone gets to your website, your plans, your pricing page, your shopping cart, your checkout page, right? have your live chat there so they can engage. They're on the page, let them engage. Meet your customers where they are.
How many of you guys have live chat on your checkout pages? You're leaving money on the table. Yeah, that's awesome, you guys. Meet the buyer where they're at. Give the buyer what they want.
Yep, that's it.
Awesome, Jared. One last thing. Anything else?
That's it, man.
Awesome, you guys. Find Fuse Desk, follow Jer, dig in. Awesome product. Awesome, man. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.